Hey guys, sorry. Steve called and knocked me. I didn't have my phone set on Do Not Disturb, and he knocked the feed off. So.
And a few months later, I got a My Pillow bed for our dog Nina. Our entire household sleeps on a My Pillow, and I have to say, a My Pillow will give you the best sleep of your life. It's not just height. There's a reason the My Pillow is so popular. It will actually help you sleep deeper, and you will wake up rested. If you're looking for the perfect gift for someone you care about, a My Pillow is the way to go. And if you know someone with pets, a My Pillow pet bed is a great gift. There are so many awesome products at MyPillow.com. You're bound to find the perfect gift for everyone on your list, and they can be shipped directly to the recipient. When you order at MyPillow.com, make sure to use the promo code KANE, K-A-N-E, for great radio discounts, like the BOGO 2-for-1 My Pillow offer. Buy one My Pillow and get the second one for free when you use the promo code KANE. And pet beds, just $19.99 when you use the promo code KANE at checkout. This Christmas, make it a My Pillow Christmas. Order at MyPillow.com or call 1-800-716-4879. From our house to your house. Merry Christmas.
The Steve Kane Show is brought to you by Attorney Barry Siegel at the Siegel Law Group. Avoid probate with a revocable living trust. $350 for single people, $450 for married couples. When you complete your trust with Attorney Barry Siegel, he will give you a $100 gift certificate to Tavolino Italian Restaurant in Coral Springs. The Siegel Law Group, with 9 offices in South Florida, including Boca Raton, Plantation, and Coral Springs. Call 1-855-FLA-3782. The opinions expressed on the following sponsored program are strictly those of the host, guests, and callers, and not necessarily those of this station, its staff, management, or sponsors.
The Steve Kane Show is live in Morning Drive, 6 till 9 a.m. weekdays, and overnights, midnight.
We're back, guys. Steve called and knocked the feed off. I usually have Do Not Disturb on, so. All right. Third and final hour has begun. I'm Brian. You're listening to Florida's longest running radio show, The Steve Kane Show, on the radio since 1977. Welcome back. Oh, my goodness. If you're just tuning in, you've missed a lot. You know, shame on you. Don't. Everyone in this listening audience, you should set your alarm to about 5:55 in the morning, right? Come on live at 6. That gives you 5 minutes to get up, get showered, get dressed, get your coffee. You do all that in 5 minutes. And then be glued to the radio from that point forward. You should be there at 6 when we go on live. But if you're just tuning in, you've just really missed a lot. I'm going to do some recapping here in the beginning of this hour, because yesterday, just amazing. Yeah, you know what? Maybe I'm going to set everyone's device. Hold on, I'm going to do this right now. Alexa, set alarm to 5:55 a.m. Eastern Time. Boom. Okay, I just set everyone's alarm that has one of those devices that starts with an A. You know what? I'll do with the other one, too. Wait, watch this. Watch this. Hey, Google, set alarm to 5:55 a.m. Eastern Time weekdays. Boom. All right. Any other devices you want me to set the alarms on? That way, then I won't have to recap. You'll just be there. You'll be ready at 6 a.m. and you'll be boom, 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 ready to go. Also, by the way, Alexa, play WWNN radio. Okay, and I'm going to do this one more time. Alexa, volume 7. Yeah, that's pretty loud, isn't it, in the morning? There you go. Okay. Now we're all set. Everyone's alarms are set. Everything's going. All right, welcome back, everyone. I'm Brian Craig. This is the Steve Kane Show. Third and final hour has begun. And you have missed a lot because, this entire week, I've been really covering some things that have not been talked about enough involving what's going on this week. And, yesterday, there were 2 hearings, right? We had the grown-ups in the Senate with the Inspector General, which was must-see TV. I'm not a big fan of watching congressional hearings, at least not lately, because it's just da-da-da-da-da-da-da-da-da-da-da-da-da. But boy, oh boy, did those Republicans in the Senate make you proud yesterday. And I really, truly would be very happy to see on the ticket after President Trump's second term, Lindsey Graham, Ron DeSantis, President, Vice President, boom. I'd be very happy with that. Lindsey Graham, every once in a while, makes me nervous, but he was very good yesterday, very good. And I liked how he did some cleanup when the Democrats would come in with their crap, and he'd come in and correct the record. That's how you run a committee, like a decent person. But the Democrats had their prime time affair last night. And the Democrats in their prime time event was just a complete disaster for the Democrats. Just a complete disaster. And I'm going to play a couple of clips from that last night that I played earlier, and it'll illustrate what I'm talking about. It's being reported by the Washington Post doesn't even pretend to be balanced. They're a proud Democrat paper. They're the paper of Woodward and Bernstein and Watergate. The Washington Post, there's a story going around that half a dozen Democrats in the House have defected and will vote no on impeachment. The Washington Post has reported that their sources are telling them many more than half a dozen will vote no on impeachment. That's a vague number. We don't know. The Democrats, at best, on impeachment, have a razor-thin majority. And when you're talking about overturning an election result, you need to have an overwhelming majority, not a 100% partisan slim majority vote. And when the Washington Post is reporting that many more than half a dozen, vague number, but if the Democrats lose 17, it's done, right? Many more could mean 18 and done. So Nadler and Pelosi very well could have gone in with these two articles of impeachment without having enough votes. And, that display yesterday with the Inspector General, there's no way you can tell me that didn't resonate with a lot of these Democrats that are worried about what do members of the House worry about more than anything, right? Maintaining their seat. They don't want to lose their seat. That's what they care about more than anything. And what the Republicans did yesterday was just masterful. And there's no way these Democrats in the House that are worried about their seats didn't take notice of how bad things are looking. Because, once they take a vote, if the vote is yes on impeachment and it goes to the House, they totally lose control, and they see what they're going to be facing in the Senate. And they're going to be facing people that are not just partisan opposition, okay? This is a nonpartisan issue. The FBI was wrong here. Democrats say so. Andrea Mitchell says so. That's NBC News, by the way. So many more than half a dozen, when they can only lose 17, the Democrats are in big, big trouble. And the biggest takeaway came from Nadler yesterday, Pizza the Hut. And again, if you don't get the Pizza the Hut reference, Google Pizza the Hut. It's from Spaceballs. It was a parody of Jabba the Hutt. Now, he's Pizza the Hut. And if you go see Pizza the Hut on YouTube, you'll say, you know what? You're right. He is Pizza the Hut. Jerry Nadler yesterday made the most stunning admission in a prepared written speech last night on television. I'm so glad. Unlike Lindsey Graham, this was carried live on all the cable news networks. And let me play this. This is Jerry Nadler yesterday talking about the impeachment of President Trump.
We cannot rely on an election to solve our problems, and the president threatens the very integrity of that election.
Okay, so I know. It's amazing. So here you have Nadler saying we can no longer rely on elections. So I know. So what Nadler is saying to us is that they want to overturn the past election and they want to overturn the next one. Or at least interfere with the next one. We can no longer... And he's a senior member of the Democrat Party in the House. He's a very high-ranking member of... What is he? He's in the top 3 Democrats. Nancy Pelosi's number 1. So he's a major player in the Democrat Party, and he has now said we no longer can rely on elections. This is stunning admission because what Nadler is telling us is that all the polls we've been hearing about that show that the American people are opposed to impeachment, support Trump, and he's going to be reelected with an overwhelming majority, Nadler is admitting that. Nadler is admitting that what they are doing to President Trump is not supported by the people. But we can't rely on the people anymore. See, we're smarter than the people. We're Democrats. We're smarter. We know more than you do. You people out there, you poor voters, you didn't go to Harvard, you didn't go to Yale, you didn't go to Oxford, you didn't go to Princeton or the Columbia School of Journalism, so you just don't understand. We can't rely on you anymore. You went to state universities. Maybe you didn't go to college. Maybe you went to vocational school. Maybe you dropped out of high school. Whatever it is, we're smarter than you. We can't rely on you anymore to vote. You vote wrong. That's what Nadler's saying. It's amazing. And you know, out of everything that's come out this week, there's been some stories that came out. I mean, yesterday, there's been two things came out of the Inspector General's report that were huge, okay? One is Comey told the Inspector General, which I'm assuming is, do they, when they question them, the Inspector General, is it under oath? I'm not sure. Are they obliged to tell the truth? I think they are. Comey told the Inspector General, and this was in the report, that on 2 occasions he briefed Obama about the illegal spy operation on Trump Tower. One was before the election, and one was a couple of days before Trump's inauguration. He was the president-elect then. It's craziness. I know a lot of people say, oh, we knew about that. We suspected. We had a confirmation from Comey now. We got a confirmation that he briefed Obama, which means Obama was not only aware of the operation, he was okaying the operation. That's one. The other revelation that came from the Inspector General is that this Carter Page relationship with Ivanka. Here you've got Carter Page, an ex-boyfriend of Ivanka. Did any of you know this? I've never heard that before. So obviously, someone inside the Strzok, Comey, Brennan, Obama, Clinton spy operation on Trump Tower, okay, someone was investigating and found out or knew about Carter Page, went to Carter Page, recruited him to make a move and approach the Trump organization so that they could get these warrants. Yeah, Christopher Steele. Did I say Michael Steele? I might have misspoke. I apologize if I misspoke. But you know, yeah, Christopher Steele. I mean, that's amazing. And whose name did I say? Did I misspeak? I misspeak all the time. I mean, who knew that Christopher Steele had a relationship with Ivanka? I had no idea. And he's the center of the whole thing. The dossier, the FISA warrants. He's the center of this whole thing. He was the way that they got the warrants was through him. These are huge, huge revelations. Now, they're not being focused on too much in the media. Even the Christopher Steele angle is the one I'm most confused by, because I've seen, even yesterday, Lindsey Graham was almost defending Christopher Steele. Yesterday, Lindsey Graham was talking about how they put Christopher Steele through living hell. Oh, I said Carter Page. Oh. I said Carter. What did I say Carter Page for? I don't know. I was looking at the chat room on YouTube, and somebody wrote something, and it threw me off. I think I said what they wrote. Is what happened there. Oh, I know. I'm telling you, there's a major plot, and it was exposed in that Inspector General's report, and especially with the confirmation of Comey that Obama was overseeing the whole operation. Why else would they be briefing him but to check in with the boss? And remember, Clapper said that they were only, and Clapper said this on CNN, I saw it. Clapper said that when it came to the FISA warrant, spy operation on Trump Tower, they were only doing what Obama told them to do. So now we have two sources, both of them Obama people, both of them part of the creeps involved in the coup, telling us that Obama was overseeing the entire operation. We got Clapper and Comey. Clapper and Comey both have told us that Obama was overseeing, supervising, and approving of the operation to spy on Trump Tower. That's a huge revelation that's come out now. And this because of the Inspector General's report. All right, we'll take our first break of the last hour, 19 minutes after 8. I'm Brian. You are listening to Florida's longest running radio show, The Steve Kane Show, on the radio since 1977. Our number toll-free, 1-888-GO-KANE-1, 888-465-2631. We'll be right back. Don't go anywhere.
This is Steve Kane. When it comes to looking your best, sometimes you need a little extra help. Dr. Nathan at the Nathan Clinic is a renowned plastic surgeon here in South Florida who will bring out your most beautiful self. Dr. Nathan, highly skilled, knows how to reveal your inner beauty and make you look your absolute best. He's a board-certified plastic surgeon. People come from miles around just because of his extraordinary skills and his caring bedside manner. Dr. Nathan performs breast augmentations, facelifts, Botox, tummy tucks, liposuction, and much, much more. Visit his website. Read the testimonials from his patients. They love Dr. Nathan.
Steve Kane Show.
He has years of experience and impressive credentials to make Dr. Nathan the only plastic surgeon you need visit. He'll advise you and tell you the best course of action so that you will always remain true to who you are. You can contact Dr. Nathan for a no-charge consultation by calling 305 area code 680-5121. That's area code 305-680-5121 or online at drnathan.com. Tell him you heard it on the Steve Kane Show.
So you've been told you need a medical test. What are you going to have to pay? Health tests can be very expensive if you go to your doctor's office or to one of the big labs. It can cost you hundreds of dollars. Sometimes I haven't had tests because of the cost. Then I discovered Any Lab Test Now of Plantation, where they guarantee the lowest prices on all of their thousands of lab tests. Any Lab Test Now of Plantation's goal is to save you money and get you in and out in 15 minutes or less. At Any Lab Test Now of Plantation, you never need an appointment. You can walk right in and have one of their thousands of tests done for just a fraction of what the big labs or your doctor's office charges. Give them a call, 954-916-1072, 954-916-1072. Tell them what test you need, and they will give you a quote right over the phone, 954-916-1072. Any Lab Test Now in Plantation is located in the Jacaranda Plaza. That's the public shopping center in Plantation, just west of University Drive, on the north side of Sunrise Boulevard. Any Lab Test Now in Plantation, private and affordable lab testing, 954-916-1072. Hey guys, this is Kathy, Brian's wife. Last year I got Brian a MyPillow for Christmas, and it was his favorite present. That's right, Kathy. In fact, I loved MyPillow so much, I got you one and Emily one the following week. And then a few months later, I got a MyPillow pet bed for our dog Nina. Our entire household sleeps on a MyPillow, and I have to say, a MyPillow will give you the best sleep of your life. It's not just height. There's a reason the MyPillow is so popular. It will actually help you sleep deeper, and you will wake up rested. If you're looking for the perfect gift for someone you care about, a MyPillow is the way to go. And if you know someone with pets, a MyPillow pet bed is a great gift. There are so many awesome products at MyPillow.com. You're bound to find the perfect gift for everyone on your list, and they can be shipped directly to the recipient. When you order at MyPillow.com, make sure to use the promo code KANE,
It will.
K-A-N-E, for great
19? Oh, it's in the
discount.
70s this morning.
Go 2-for-1 MyPillow offer. Buy one MyPillow and get the second one for free when you use the promo code KANE. And pet beds, just $19.99 when you use the promo code KANE at checkout. This Christmas, make it a MyPillow Christmas. Order at MyPillow.com or call 1-800-716.
It's called a joke, Cheryl.
From our house,
You got to be a liberal.
Merry Christmas.
No, has the sense of humor been taken away from conservatives too? Oh my goodness, I tell you, our conservatives don't even have senses of humor anymore. All right, welcome back, everyone. I'm Brian. You're listening to Florida's longest-running radio show, The Steve Kane Show, on the radio since 1977. Let's go back to the phones. PJ, you're on the radio.
Yeah, hey, Brian. Yeah, you were talking about Lindsey Graham. The strange thing about him is, like, the moment that McCain passed away, I mean, that moment, it was like a switch went on in Lindsey Graham, and they became a whole new person. It became became like a Trump trooper the moment that Lindsey
Yeah.
McCain passed away.
Yeah. Yes.
A change.
Well, there's a couple reasons that may have happened. One, we know that John McCain liked dossiers on people because he had the fake Russia dossier on Trump handed to him to give to the FBI. Okay, so that's a possibility. Or two, Lindsey Graham just needs a strong male figure in his life, and Trump has replaced McCain. But there was a hearing going on at the time, and I think it might have been the Supreme Court hearing with Kavanaugh. It wasn't just Lindsey Graham. There was a committee hearing on Kavanaugh right after McCain died, and I saw a different tone among a lot of the Republicans in the Senate. So I'm thinking John McCain had dossiers on other people other than the fake one on Trump, because Lindsey Graham and others seemed so liberated after McCain passed away.
Yeah. Oh, and also you were talking about the Richard Jewell movie. I just had published yesterday the Atlanta Journal-Constitution is demanding a disclaimer on the Richard Jewell movie that their reporter did not have implied sexual relations with a.
Well, the reporter in question has passed away, hasn't she? She's dead, right? You can't. There's no need. You can't slander the dead. So so they can demand all day that that they put a disclaimer. The left and the media are after this Clint Eastwood movie, because the whole discussion out of this Richard Jewell movie is going to be the damage that the fake news media did to Richard Jewell, and it'll morph into what we're experiencing. Right? I mean, look at Bob Barr. The Attorney General Barr just said the other day, that the media was irresponsible when it came to the Russian story and everything else. There's an entire dialogue going on in this country about how Bill Barr, I should say, how irresponsible the media are. And when there's a movie made about something that we're experiencing, it starts a national dialogue. And they're so afraid of this Clint Eastwood movie starting a national discussion on the fake news media, and that's what they're worried about.
Yeah, the timing is like perfect. Like all these FBI abuses came out in the open.
Yeah. Yeah.
Be a huge hit. Yesterday afternoon while I was listening to Rush and later on WIOD, I kept hearing ad after ad, commercial after commercial for the Richard.
It's gonna be all of Clint Eastwood's movies do pretty well, but the thing with this movie is, if it's gonna be a hit, it's not gonna be with the help of the media. The entertainment media and everyone else are not gonna be covering it. All right, hey, listen, I appreciate the call though. Okay. All right, take care. No, it's gonna be, that's the one thing they don't want, is a discussion on the fake news media and what responsibility the media have when it comes to checking sources and reporting, et cetera, et cetera, et cetera. Well, listen, on the line, we have attorney Barry Siegel, who, of course, does estate planning. We talk to Barry Siegel quite often about estate planning. Barry Siegel, good morning.
Good morning, Brian. How are you?
I'm doing well. I'm doing very well. How are you?
Fantastic. One of the things we run into often is when we have new clients who come in who have an existing trust, or even when we do our free 3-year reviews with our existing clients, we run into the issue where people haven't fully funded their trust. Our clients, we guide them on the funding process and give them all the tools and remind them. However, what ends up happening from the time somebody does their trust, and even if they fund it, life happens, life goes on, people acquire new assets, such as real estate, such as bank accounts and new brokerage accounts, and they forget to put those into the trust. So one of the things we see all the time is people come in and they don't have their trust fully funded, and that's a big problem, because those assets that are not in the trust, if they're just in your name, then those will go through probate. And while there are many benefits of setting up a revocable living trust, one of the very important benefits is to avoid the horrors of probate, the expense, the time, the aggravation, the fact that it's a public process, the fact that you have judges and the courts involved. So it's very important to make sure that when you have your revocable living trust, that you not only fund it initially, but you continue.
Yeah, and that's why, Attorney Barry Siegel offers a free review if you already have an existing trust. It needs to be reviewed, and Barry, you recommend it should be reviewed if it's 3 years of age or older. And that's because things change and you don't realize it. Accounts, brokerage accounts, bank accounts, houses. There's all kinds of things. People are born, people pass, divorces happen. There's all kinds of life changes that happen. And you need your trust to be updated to reflect those. Give Attorney Barry Siegel a call. His office number is toll free, 855 FLA Estate, 855-352-3782. And if you missed that number, Barry's listed at stevekaneshow.com. All right, Barry, we'll talk later in the week. All right, take care. We'll take our break for the bottom of the hour. Steve will be joining us. We'll be right back.
This is Lori Kane, and I want to tell you about Brighton Dental Care. I just had a lot of work done, and I avoided going to the dentist for a lot of years because I was afraid of the cost.
Durham, yeah.
But I went to Brighton Dental for my free consultation, which, by the way, he
Comey
offers to all
and Brennan.
listeners. I had 2 cavities.
Brennan.
I needed a crown on top and a crown on the bottom. If I were a horse, they would have put me down. So I scheduled my appointment for the next Saturday because Brighton Dental has Saturday appointments available. And they
Horowitz, that's the Inspector General.
Be a patient for life. Don't let cost
Yeah.
stop you from taking care of your teeth. Brighton Dental gives Steve Kane listeners incredible discounts on all
Brennan.
procedures, just like they gave me.
Clapper.
These are so reasonable.
Struck.
You don't have to worry about the cost. So call Brighton Dental today at 954-922-4633. That's 954-922-4633. You can visit
That's it.
BrightonDental.com.
That's it.
Lori Kane sent you.
Did you know that your
That's
skin
it.
is your largest organ? Yes,
All right.
it's probably
Hold on, I gotta, hold
Living
on.
in South Florida means having an annual checkup for skin
No, you
cancer.
do it, but I just gotta pay attention here. Hold on.
After all, and our skin bears the brunt of the sunshine. It's time to have your annual skin checkup. There's no better doctor to take care of this for you than Dr. Jose Mendez. Dr. Mendez is a board-certified dermatologist, and when it comes to caring for your skin and making sure that it is healthy as possible and skin cancer-free, you want Dr. Mendez as your personal dermatologist. Dr. Mendez is caring and very knowledgeable. Your annual skin cancer exam is covered by Medicare. Dr. Mendez also takes most other insurances. Steve Kane recently had his annual skin cancer checkup. It was easy breezy. Dr. Mendez examined him from head to toe, took off a few things, and now Steve is good to go. Call Dr. Mendez right now at 954-431-7681. 954-431-7681. When you call, make sure to ask for Sarah. She takes extra good care of Steve Kane listeners and will get you an appointment fast. Early detection of skin cancer can save your life. Call Dr. Mendez right now at 954-431-7681. 954-431-7681.
The Steve Kane Show is brought to you by Attorney Barry Siegel at the Siegel Law Group. Avoid probate with a revocable living trust. $350 for single people, $450 for married couples. When you complete your trust with Attorney Barry Siegel, he will give you a $100 gift certificate to Tavolino Italian Restaurant in Coral Springs. The Siegel Law Group, with 9 offices in South Florida, including Boca Raton, Plantation, and Coral Springs. Call 1-855-FLA-3782.
Listen to the Steve Kane Show on iHeartRadio. Just search for WWNN.
No, you.
All right.
Wow. Well, I just want to see if you can talk. I'm glad I didn't open up the window. I was just about to open up the window. Oh, yeah. We're sealed in. Vacuum sealed. It's like a fish tank. Yeah. Yeah, but you're coughing, so I don't want to breathe in what you're coughing out. So you're like the boy in the plastic bubble.
It's amazing. I mean, I've never seen anything like this in our history. It's a little difficult to follow because there's so many characters, and you got to know the good guys from the bad guys. And everybody's got a title, and everybody's title is. I think this happens deliberately, they give away time. Like in the private sector, what happens many times, they want to recognize an employee, and rather than do it with money, which is the right way, they do it by giving them a title. So there are a lot of titles floating around here. The good guys, the bad guys. Sometimes it's hard to tell the players without a scorecard. But I finally figured out with Brian's help. The upper echelon, the two bad guys, and we'll go one level under. Who?
Steve Kane show.
I'm trying to. I'm bad with names, which makes me the
I
wrong
did
one
not
to
know.
be doing this thing. But who? Go over the names with me.
Well, which ones? Struck.
Well, Struck is lower.
Well,
No.
Comey.
All right, Comey is a bad guy.
Pretty much they're all bad. Brennan.
Brennan's a bad guy.
Clapper.
Clapper's a bad guy.
Yeah.
Okay, who are the good guys that are going to save the country?
Trump and Lindsey Graham.
It's
and
very
Durham
interesting you say that.
and
Well,
Barr.
I would say Durham. I'd say Durham and Barr, even ahead of Lindsey Graham, because they're the ones that are going to have to make these decisions. I mean, what they've got here is a major mess on their hands. They've got somebody who's got to be declared responsible for this along the way. I think yesterday it became obvious that Barr and Durham were the guys that, if anyone's going to save us, they're the guys who are going to do it.
Well, I think Lindsey Graham scared him a little bit yesterday, and these Republicans in the yeah.
Because these guys are all good. And now what I want to know is, what is the latest on the polls? The reason I ask is because as I was in and out of sleep all night last night, and I would kind of wake up and be semi-conscious for a while. But as I was trying to, in my sleepy haze, listening to this, it seemed to me that somebody's going to end up going away.
I don't have them in front of me, but every poll shows the public are against impeachment, especially in the battleground states.
And it's a rising tide from what the incredible.
Well, that's why Nadler's saying we can't rely on elections any longer because they're losing them.
What a thing to say. Has anybody else picked up on this except you?
I don't know.
I mean,
Not that I've heard. No, I haven't heard it anywhere else.
I mean, that is the most amazing thing.
Well, and the thing about it's important is that was a prepared statement. It wasn't like he just slipped.
Yes.
So his whole staff worked on that big statement of his.
Gives you an idea of where his staff is going.
Exactly. Yeah, but they're in big trouble. They're in big trouble, and with the Washington Post saying that they're going to lose many more than half a dozen votes, they barely they.
And it could. There starts to be one of these ripples among the populace. If the populace gets aroused on this and starts really, really burying Washington in phone calls, they may not be able to pull it. I think there's a good chance. I don't know what. I don't want to put a number on it. 50-50.
Yeah,
I think there's a good chance they may not get the votes.
I agree. They don't have. I don't think they have the votes right now. I think if they had the votes, they would vote on it. They wouldn't be waiting.
And as the news reports come in throughout the day, you'll see if from break to break, from hour to hour,
Yeah,
there seems to be a momentum developing.
yeah.
Because that could,
It looks like there is.
well, it's too much to hope for.
That Inspector General hearing yesterday was a disaster for them.
Yeah, I mean, it was like the good guys and the bad guys. It was like the old-fashioned Western movie.
Yeah,
The white hats and the black.
exactly. Do you want to take any calls?
Sure, let's.
All right, let's. You're on the radio. Good morning.
Hey, good morning, Steve. Glad to hear you're back and feeling better. Listen,
Well, I appreciate that.
my wife. She's not a liberal, but she happens to watch Ellen because of all the crazy crap he does on her show. But I don't know if it was actually on the air yesterday or during the week because she had numerous episodes on the TiVo or the DVR. But Clint Eastwood was on there yesterday, and you got to realize that all these liberals watch Ellen. And Clint Eastwood got on Ellen and said that this was not the fault of the media, it was the fault of the FBI because they simply needed a scapegoat and a fall guy so that...
Well, see, this thing you're talking. See, this Richard Jewell movie comes out tomorrow. This is a big movie, and I didn't mention that other part because it slipped my mind. But yeah, it's a statement on the fake news media and corrupt FBI, and these are two things that the press don't want you thinking about during their impeachment.
Right, and he did say that the media was complacent in not doing their job in their investigative journalism, but he really slammed the FBI and the media on this one, and he said this movie is made to expose the problem with the FBI and the media, and I couldn't believe it when I was listening to this and watching this on.
There's two Hollywood legends with movies out right now. All right. Well, Clint Eastwood's movie is coming out tomorrow, and the other one is Robert De Niro. And Robert De Niro is on Netflix. They can't even. Yeah, The Irishman. They can't even get The Irishman in a movie theater. And here we have the conservative, which really is a conservative movie talking about fake news, FBI, Clint Eastwood. The conservative movie is in theaters nationwide, and the anti-Trump people, their movie, they can't even get it in a theater. It's amazing. It really tells you where the mindset of the country are right now.
Well, what do you think? When you watched that first session yesterday, the one with
the Inspector General Horowitz, creep, Obama guy.
And the Horowitz guy is obviously a bad guy. I mean, he's sitting there telling you, "Don't believe your lying eyes."
Yeah, well, I didn't watch it. I only read it in Fox News, but I had to work. But unfortunately, from what I read, they're all part of the deep state, and I hope that.
Well, no, it was so. I mean, think about it. It was so bad yesterday for the Democrats and for the media that CNN and MSNBC didn't even carry Lindsey Graham's open because they don't want their viewers to be exposed to Lindsey Graham calling this guy out. I mean, that's appalling.
What they've got now is a power struggle in the FBI. I mean,
Yeah,
the question is, who's going to be clean?
The entire Washington bureau needs to go. They need to bring in. They need to bring in new people from far away.
The question is this: the logical one would seem to me to lead this would be the president of the United States, because this is pretty heavy-duty stuff we're dealing with. I just don't know if given. Wait, hold on. Let me just
the upper
finish.
echelon, making the mistakes. They should all go because they were responsible. And
but what I'm saying is somebody's got to emerge a winner in the two. You got four guys here. Two of them are good guys. Two of them are bad guys that are upper echelon guys. I'm talking about Barr and Durham are the good guys, and then Comey and Horowitz are the bad guys. Right. So the question is, which one of those is going to emerge as the winner in this?
Durham and Barr. It's obvious. You could tell by Barr. Barr gave an interview this week, and you could tell he was very upset with the Inspector General. You can hit that red button or one of the buttons on the side there. Somebody's got your number that just likes to call when you're talking, so I'll block them during the break. So, I don't want to touch your phone. I'll block them tomorrow. I don't want to touch your phone. But, listen, Durham's going to come out with indictments, and they're going to be done. They're going to be done. I mean, yesterday...
So you think it'll work that way?
That's exactly what's going to happen. All right, hey, listen, caller, thanks for calling. No, that's exactly how it's going to work out.
That's true. From your lips to God's ears. Let's take a break. We'll be right back.
Okay. Youngerman's not calling in today. Youngerman's not calling in today.
Ladies and gentlemen, it's the rematch of the prize fight of the century. In this corner, the reigning 5-time champ, Toyota of Hollywood, the #1 volume Toyota dealer, based on total retail sales of new Toyotas in the Southeast region for 2014 to 2018 for SET. And in this corner, challengers from every other manufacturer. The challengers come out swinging, but Toyota of Hollywood delivers a crushing blow by selling Toyotas at up to 50% less than their original MSRP when new and used.
50% less.
A pre-owned 2019 Camry SE, not $28,000, $17,775. A pre-owned 2019 Corolla LE, not $21,000.
Who's calling?
So you've been told you need a medical test. What are you going to have to pay? Health test can be very expensive if you go to your doctor's office or to one of the big labs. It can cost you hundreds of dollars. Sometimes I have a
Huh?
test because then I discovered Any Lab Test Now of Plantation, where they guarantee the lowest prices on all of their thousands of lab tests. Any Lab Test Now of Plantation's goal is to save you money and get you in and out in 15 minutes or less. At Any Lab Test Now of Plantation, you never need an appointment. You can walk right in and have one of their thousands of tests done for just a fraction of what the big labs or your doctor's office charges. Give them a call, 954-916-1072, 954-916-1072. Tell them what test you need, and they will give you a quote right over the phone. 954-916-1072.
He's not calling in today.
Now in Plantation is located in the Jacaranda Plaza. That's the public shopping center in Plantation, just west of University Drive, on the north side of Sunrise Boulevard. Any Lab Test Now in Plantation, private and affordable lab testing. 954-916-1072.
Well, this is Steve Kane, and I'm here with William Youngerman from William Youngerman Inc., trading in, I guess they call it scrap gold. In other words, if people have old jewelry that's been passed on to them, stuff they don't use, what's the best way to handle the scrap jewelry?
There's a lot going on right now in this area because of the attention gold is getting and the higher price that it's at. People advertising, come to parties, all kinds of mail. To sell your scrap, the only reason to ever sell gold, as far as I'm concerned, is when you have either a better place
I don't
to
know.
put money, you're not wearing it,
No.
not using it, or if you have it in a form such as scrap or pieces of broken chain and everything else that have no easily understandable value attached to them. So what we're recommending people to do is, one, get rid of things that you don't wear and enjoy. Gold is an investment even if you're wearing it on your neck and you're enjoying it. If you're not, then take it and then trade it in. If you don't need the money for something else, trade the gold scrap in for something that's an identifiable, easily recognizable, tradable form of gold, which would be something like a 1 ounce gold bar or a half-ounce gold coin or some equal amount of gold, so that you're not just taking dollars that you're going to spend and waste somewhere, but you're actually converting that scrap gold into something that is easily tradable, and that all you have to do is look at the television or look at the paper to find out the price of gold or listen to our reports, and you know that if you have 2 ounces of gold, it's worth X number of dollars. The next thing is to know that who you're dealing with when you're trading it in. Get a couple of offers on it. Don't just go to these to mail it in and take your chances. You do your homework, you'll get the most for your gold, and then you'll be able to get a form of gold that's easily recognizable and tradable, and it is an insurance policy for you.
A good place to go is William Youngerman Inc. at 150 East Palmetto Park Road in Boca. That's in the Bank America building. You can call William at 1-800-327-5010 or go to the website at williamyoungerman.com.
Listen to the Steve King Show on iHeartRadio. Just search for WNN.
All right, William is not going to be doing the report live today.
No.
I'm sure he will be back tomorrow.
Well, Monday. But back on Monday.
Okay. And so all of you are sitting around wondering what your precious metal investments are. We're going to fill you in with the amateur version. We, of course, being the amateurs, William being the professional. We're going to give you the amateur version of what's going on with...
Well, the amateur version, this is how we do it. I give you behind the scenes. I go to williamyoungerman.com, and he's got a 24-hour ticker on the metals there. So I just go there and... Well, no, Pete, you can check all day long. You go to williamyoungerman.com when he's on. But everything here at williamyoungerman.com, everything's in the green. Everything is up today.
Oh, yeah?
Yeah, gold is up $8.02 at $14.82.82. Silver up 14 cents at $16.99. Platinum up $7.06 at $947.99, and palladium is up $19.57 at $1938.42. So everything is up and in the green.
Very amazing, very exciting.
Yeah.
And that means there's going to be a drop coming real soon.
Yeah.
That we'll give back, and it's a good time to do your shopping.
That's right.
William Youngerman, located at 150 East Palmetto Park Road in Boca. That's the Bank America building. You will find in the first floor of the bank, and you can reach him by phone, 1-800-327-5010. That address, by the way, 150 East Palmetto Park Road. That's in the first floor of the Bank America building. And again, the number 1-800-327-5010, or go to the website, William, great website, WilliamYoungerman.com.
Oh, sounds like your voice is fading, so we got... Luckily, there's only a few minutes left.
I just
And then until tomorrow. Yeah, that's why I sealed you in. You're like boy in the plastic bubble in there, John Travolta. Well, I got some information here. This is on. I don't know what the schedule is today, Steve, but I do know this. This is on Fox, okay? And now we know 6 Democrats have already said they're voting no, okay? Washington Post has said that many more than a half dozen are voting no. So this is. So we got some new numbers here. Okay. There are 233 Democrats right now in the House. So Democrats can only lose 16 votes and still be able to vote on impeachment. So they've already lost 6 of the 16. They only lose 16 votes. They've already lost 6, so they're down to 10. And the Washington Post said it's going to be many more than 6. So the best they can hope for is like maybe a 1-vote majority to vote on impeachment. And it's not looking good. Well, yeah. Among House Democrats, 31 House Democrats represent moderate districts that Trump carried in 2016. So they've got 6 that have already, they can only lose 16, right? They lose 17, they don't have the vote. So they've already lost 6 confirmed. Washington Post says it's going to be many more than 6, and 31 Democrats are in Trump districts and worried about their seats. So they're in trouble. I mean, the Democrats are in big trouble. They do not have I don't think they got the votes. I've been saying this for weeks. I don't think they have the votes.
And I think after yesterday, I think it's really going to start to unravel for them because they do not look good.
No.
In that initial hearing with.
Only if bad looks good to you. I mean, they look brutal because one of the things that came out of the Inspector General yesterday that was shocking to me is, and I hate when people say, well, we knew all this. No, what we're hearing, you suspect a lot of things, and then witnesses come forward and confirm your suspicions. That's a big difference. Well, one thing Graham brought up yesterday with that the attorney at the Inspector General confirmed is that the FBI agents that were supposed to be giving Trump security briefings were really spying on him in those meetings. Yeah. Yeah. It's crazy. It was pretty brutal.
And people get shocked enough. I think there's a good chance it may not go through, which I think the next step would be, if that happens, they'll try to put together a real century.
Well, these Democrats, what they saw yesterday is they knew that the Democrats had a weak case. But what they saw yesterday is not only that the Democrats have a weak case, well, that the Republicans have a strong case against it and exposing these creeps. Yeah. So I don't think they have the votes and so if it doesn't pass in the House, what happens after that?
They're going to go for the censure.
Oh, that's weak. That looks like what it is. If they yeah, that looks like what it is. No. But in the so they lose impeachment in the House. What happens to Pelosi, Nadler, and who's that creep Schiff? What happens to them, and what do the media do? I mean, this is they're in a very dark place right now. See, I don't want to try. Well, no, I don't know about testimony, but the Democrats are putting the screws to these people to vote yes on impeachment. You know that. I would say they should tell Nancy Pelosi to go to where because she screwed up.
If anybody out there knows what the morning schedule is, the morning schedule, I would love to know what is going to
Panic is transpiring now. Desperation and panic. And if they, if they don't have the votes, and for them to have to, after having all of these hearings.
I mean, that could be, the best case scenario is that will gradually become the case little by little over the morning session. That'll be the buzz.
Well, that was clear yesterday with the Inspector General. I mean, the Republicans, they came on pretty strong yesterday with facts.
Pretty strong. They had all the cards.
Well, they didn't use the gavel on the Democrats like the Democrats did. I mean, they're just on the right side of the issue. You know, they didn't use the gavel. They didn't have to shut people down. It was handled properly. You know, yeah. If I were a Democrat with that hearing yesterday, I would be in a panic.
Where are our Democrats? That's what
They're hiding.
in my absence in the last couple of days, have we gotten you?
I've heard some Democrats.
On the calls, have you gotten
Yeah, we've heard. Yeah. They're not doing too well after yesterday. Believe me, if it was looking like impeachment, the phones would be lit with Democrats laughing it up.
Instead, they're like in bed with the covers pulled over their head.
Like the cockroaches when the lights come on. That's what they are. Yeah, that's exactly what they're. They're in hiding. Let me tell you, this impeachment failing will be a meltdown almost like election night 2016.
You're saying like, it's complete. I mean, it's still a long shot, isn't it? I mean,
I think it's a long. It's 50-50. 50-50. And that's not me playing both sides. It's really 50-50.
start twisting arms
And bribing people like they did. They're trying to do what they did with Obamacare. Offer people this, offer people that. We'll give you this kick, yeah, kickback, and yeah, exactly. They're offering all kinds of things, but the problem is, it's hard for them to promise when they don't control both houses in the presidency. It's very difficult for them to promise things. Well, Nancy Pelosi, after that Inspector General hearing in the Senate yesterday, Nancy Pelosi is a lot less influential today than she was yesterday morning before the hearing. Well, you know, a lot of these Democrats got to ask themselves, well, if it's only going to pass by 2, do I really want to be part of impeaching a president with a slim majority that's not even bipartisan? The no vote is obviously bipartisan because we have Democrats voting no on impeachment. They've said so. We have half a dozen that have said it. So the nonpartisan effort that crosses party lines is voting no. And they've got 100% partisan and at best a slim majority of a vote or two. And I'll tell you, when the votes start coming in, they don't know how the vote's going to go. There could be people at the last minute that go no or nay or whatever the hell they vote over there. But I would say there.
I think if they don't have the votes, they're going to find a way to put it off.
Well, they put it off till next week, and that's too long. Because this is a rough time for them. These admissions from the Inspector General reported.
The longer it goes, the worse it is for them.
Yeah. Mm-hmm. Yeah. If they had the votes, they would have done it already.
All right. We will go home and cleanse ourselves in front of the television. Another exciting day of drama as the history of your country unfolds before your eyes. We are going to be
All right, we're back. Hey, guys. Yeah, Facebook, my phone was just up.
Brian, I'm Steve. God bless America.
All right, guys. See you later. Make sure you subscribe, all right? Talk to you later.